GearNetwork.com.
This is a Gear Network production.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all shapes and sizes, it's your boy, you know what it is, Mr. Cyclone Jones, along with Pat G. The G stands for gangster, and you're listening to the Turnbuckle Talk Radio podcast. And we got a special guest. Today we are live at LPW.
We are, and it's the first podcast of the new year.
It is the first. Damn, we slacking, dude.
Wow.
Fuck.
Unfortunately, it's January, and reality takes control sometimes.
Sometimes. But we got a special guest for you. It's interesting and awesome that we actually caught up with this guy and his tag team partner, Magnum CK.
Yes.
But the person that I'm referencing right now is the one and only person that got us kicked off of the radio.
Or a contributing factor.
Contributing factor.
An accomplice.
An accomplice. Yeah. Jock motherfucking Samson.
Yeah.
God, listen, I mean, when Jock came in, he was like, "Hi, I'm Jock Samson." Didn't even recognize me. Didn't even remember me from BCW.
I got my swag going. I got the hat on.
Yeah.
Been popping my collar.
Well, you know why he didn't recognize you? He didn't recognize all podcast hosts look alike.
Yeah, I took about. I have to cancel. I had a meeting with the Grand Wizard of the KKK. I had to call him, and he was pretty upset.
Yeah.
But I told him just to go swing by a tree or something. He understood.
Wow.
He understood.
I think he had to appoint some people to his cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that supreme leader. President-elect Donald Trump.
Oh boy,
Comrade Trump.
Well, Jock, I can't even say it's nice to have you on because I wouldn't mean it. That'd be bullshit. I mean, but listen, you can freely say whatever you want to say. It's our podcast now. It's not the radio anymore.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Not WBEN. Yeah,
like I gave a shit.
This is true.
That is just true. You know,
I didn't care. Fuck the FCC.
We are directing all questions to Magnum CK from here on in. Fuck that. I'm done.
Directing all questions
I'm
to
just
Magnum
done.
CK. You know what we were going to get into.
But that's ratings, though.
This is true. Jock does bring the ratings.
I thought Cole Cash did.
Well, that's the funny thing. So we went to our friends up in Greektown, up in Toronto, Canada, and they were doing a bunch of podcasts over there. And I look over and I see a huge group of people around. It's because they're interviewing Jock, and they can't believe what the crazy Americans say.
But people don't realize, though, that I give no fucks.
Yeah.
The only time that I don't say what's on my mind is when I'm with my 2.5-year-old daughter, Scarlett. Like, when I'm around that, I'm church. I'm church. I put her to bed at night, and
the pastor collar on and everything.
And we lay down, and I pray with my daughter. I mean,
What's going on, brother?
The dirty. They need to take a bath.
Well, the thing about having Jock Samson on the show, what you just missed right before we started up was they were filming some promos, and Jock got behind the camera and pulled out his.
He duly showed the full moon.
Yeah.
I call my ass. I had a name for my ass when I pull my pants down. I call it Warren. So it's Warren Moon.
Warren Moon.
True.
Great quarterback. Well,
it's like I said. I mean, it's good to have you guys on.
Yeah,
the Mega Plowers. It's good to have you back on Turnbuckle Talk. Seriously, because like I said, you bring ratings. Plus, you're a cool dude from what I know.
I do my best.
Do
my best.
Yeah. So, did you hear about BCW starting back up again?
I've seen some things here or there about it starting up. And I just don't. I'm getting
Can you
choked.
get out of here? We're doing a podcast, you dirty bastard.
Wait till you choke me when I'm jerking off. I might enjoy it more. We're doing a podcast right now. Of course I want to do it now.
We were going to need you to come back down anyway talking the podcast, so go do what you got to do.
I got to jerk off. But I saw that they were starting up. I saw something that Troy was going to do something back in October. I tell you, to be honest, the Buffalo, Rochester area is my favorite place.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nothing to do with wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wrestling is cool. I like wrestling. I do it. That's why I feed my family and all that. But goddamn, I get drunk as shit when I go up there.
Jenny up there. Jenny Cream.
Jenny Cream, boy, gets. I make the bad decisions.
That's not a rat. That's a beer.
Next thing I know, I'm making out with some complete strangers.
Well, it doesn't help that the fact that once you come up there, the bars are open an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, till 4.
No, Buffalo, Rochester.
Buffalo, yeah.
Like when I go to Rochester, we always, I don't remember where the fuck we end up. We end up some bars. All right, last time I was up there. No, actually second last time. I went up to Dick Justice's house. Mm-hmm. Well, I stay with the good professor.
Okay.
I play with him every time I go up to Rochester. I stay with Wessler.
Yeah.
And poor motherfucker. So
he doesn't know what he's going to get into.
Poor motherfucker. So we end up some bar called Marge's. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've ever been to Marge's on Lake Ontario, and it's beautiful fucking spread.
Right.
So we're sitting out there, and I'm pretty laid back. I got my feet in the sand. Like you walk down, and I'm just chilling, man. It's beautiful. I walk inside and say, I'm going to start chopping my greenhorns that went with me. And I went bang, and some woman over there says, "He hit him." I said, "He didn't hit him, you fucking bitch." Fucking just.
Well, if that's the worst crime that happens in Rochester, then they're in good shape.
So it went all night. Like this chick just kept running her mouth, and I got to the point where I was feeling pretty good. So I was mad. I left, and then I was sitting in the car, and I said, "Fuck that bitch," and I walked back up the ramp. There's a kid back there. I don't want to cuss. I don't want to cuss.
The pastor and Jock's coming out.
So I walk back up, and I start cussing at her again. Then I walk back, and I leave. And then I'm like, I'm not done. I walk back up the steps again, and she says, "I don't feel safe." I said, "Bitch, I ain't gonna rape you.
I don't feel safe.
You are fucking ugly. I just want to tell you that you're an ugly fucking bitch. You have a good night and have a good 4th of July." And then I left.
And your mother's a whore.
Hey, Vince, my horse is sick. I gotta go. I can't work the dog anymore. So, but I took him up to Rochester up that way for the first thing, because we're Greektown, and anyone knows anything about me, I love Ohio State football, even though they got their ass beat. I love Ohio State football.
Yes.
I live and die. I'm stressed. I told Chris, says, "We're not resting on Saturday. Please, can we drive up to Rochester somewhere so I can watch the damn Buckeye game in a bar called Zeb's or somewhere?"
Yeah.
Then poor Chris, man, fuck put up with me all weekend.
We've had to turn down bookings because of Ohio State.
We've had to turn down.
Yeah, we have. We've turned down enormous bookings.
That's fandom right there.
Hey, I got my daughter's name is Scarlet Gray after their colors. I got a tattoo right here.
Awesome. That is awesome.
So I took him up there. He got his first garbage plate, and this is the first weekend Chris, I think, realized what he was in for now.
Oh boy!
Because like 3:30 in the morning, I'm still going.
Well, we got to Toronto the next day, and we're hanging out with
Channing Decker,
right? And then his parents are at the bar, and we're staying at their place, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go. It's about 11:30. We're gonna go." And I went home with his parents and slept so I could drive the next day.
I walked up to Chris and I said, "Chris, if you want to go to bed, I might need you."
You're like, "I will understand."
I will understand. Hey, tell them the story about the shots.
Oh, so right before I left the bar with Channing Decker's parents, had a delightful evening at their nice house in Toronto.
Oh, my Lord.
Jock comes up to me and he's like, "I ain't doing no more shots. I ain't doing no more shots. People keep giving me shots." He's got beer in his hand. His eyes are all glassy and fired up. And he's like, "I ain't doing any more shots. If they ever place a shot in front of me, hey, Jock, come do a shot." Boom. Just turn the shot. He's doing a shot and he comes back over and goes, "I ain't doing any more shots."
It got to a point that night, like after he left, I think you left back about midnight.
Something like that, yeah.
And the owner of the bar was the Detroit Eatery, and it's a Greek bar, and they play Greek, and they terrible Greek food. I hate Greek food.
It's good though. I mean, I
even get into it.
I
like
chicken savaki with some.
I didn't like
Yeah,
it, man.
but we showed up and they were only serving one dish because there were so many people. But Jock got them to give them poutine.
I love poutine. Like we had garbage plate the day before, and then we had poutine in Canada on Sunday.
Yes.
Jock shit his ass sideways.
So we're out doing the thing, and you have to walk downstairs to the pisser.
Right.
Down at the Greek town. It got about 12:31, and I see the bottle of Jaeger pop up.
Ooh.
Like he had. That's what he was giving everyone, free shots of Jaeger on, all the boys.
Ooh.
I see him. I run downstairs like thinking I'm going to get out of this one. Motherfucker chased me down there with 2 glasses and the Jaeger bottle. And
But you came out of the bathroom and they're like handing you shots.
yeah, I come out. I'm going.
Well, some of those shots came back up about 4:30 when you guys got
No,
back.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we end up going out. Like me and Channing Deckard is my spirit animal. Then we'll put that out there. If he ever listens, he's my spirit animal. We're getting drunk on Maple Leaf Gardens at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Right after, just drunk, leaning on it, drunk and drinking,
Right.
drunk as fuck. So we end up going to this other bar. It was a gay bar. We're all wrestlers. We like gay bars.
Right.
Well, Jock always says he can't get in trouble there.
I can't.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be fucking a guy.
And you've
Exactly.
also, well, not only that, you've made some extra paydays.
And, I mean,
I have made an extra payday at a gay bar.
Stripping
I
in a gay bar?
All right, you want to hear this story?
but the alcohol tastes the same, right?
Yeah.
So
It
it's
does.
all good.
Hey man, don't
You get it bought for you.
Hey man, I'll hang out with gay people. Just don't touch my pecker.
Yeah.
So all right, I got a gay bar story if you want to hear it.
Sure. I mean, listen. This is podcast.
Okay.
We can make it happen. Make it do what it do.
You know the Scarboni brothers out of Michigan?
Yeah.
They are 2 of the closest guys. That, like everyone in wrestling has guys that they're fucking close to. You know, me and Chris are tag team partners. He's going to be like sick of me here in about a fucking year. He's going to be like, this motherfucker will kill me. Goddamn, I like to drink, but fuck.
Like, I got a great storyline how we break up.
So,
A great storyline how we break.
So Josh, you got Sonny and you got Vinny. Vinny, aka Josh Galvin, he don't give a shit about the real name. I never tell people his real name. He don't care.
Right.
So we're in a gay bar, and I said, "Hey Josh, let's get naked and let's get in our boxers and start dancing for the gays."
Yeah.
So what do? We down. I had like my old Rocky boots on, my old big old work boots, like up back to my fucking calf muscle, and we're in our boxers, and we get up on the stage, and next thing I know, money started coming in my pants.
Well, let's clarify. The money started coming.
It started coming. I looked down. I had probably $30 or $50. I can't remember what I had.
Yeah. You
So-
told me it was like 50 something.
50 something. It was something. Next thing I know, all the boys started seeing us. We're in Lima, Ohio for War Wrestling. They all seen us. They started to see me get a payday. Next thing you know, the entire roster is fucking in their fucking boxers.
Oh, my boy.
Oh my boy, you have done it again. So
Jock Samson starting a new trend.
So there's a young kid that used to ride with me. He's still a good friend. He got out of the wrestling business named Levi Connors. And Levi's
done?
He's done.
Oh wow.
I just he didn't love it.
Yeah.
He wants to be he wants to be a family guy.
Yeah. That's honest.
And he wants to go to school, and he said, "Look, man, and he's a very moral guy. He likes to drink and have fun, but he's very moral. Yeah. Like he's around with we make the 1980s fucking blush." So we're out there, and this one
Too sweet.
there's
Eric
this one
Emanon.
gay bar, and this one gay dude named Ziggy, and he comes up and says, "Ziggy's a good guy, man. He used to buy me drinks all fucking time for some reason. I passed out. I don't know what happened." And he says, "If you can get Levi Connors."
Yes.
To take his shirt, just at least to do it. I will make it worth his while.
Yes. I can see that happening.
I walk right up and go, Levi, these gays are going to give you money.
These gays.
All you got to do is take your shirt off. I've heard stories about Ziggy.
Please tell me he did it.
And he's going, "Oh, Jock, I don't know."
I don't know.
This is like
You just took your shirt off for 150 strangers.
I used to consider a Levi like pure Opie Taylor.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I would consider him like Opie Taylor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like at Mom and Pop, Apple Pie, and Levi will actually go to church every Sunday when he's home. When he goes home, he goes to church every week.
Yep.
And I'm like, they're gonna make it worth your while, motherfucker. Then they said, Levi, I'm playing the vet card. Take your shirt off. So next thing I know,
Thomas
Levi.
Brewington.
Levi takes his shirt off. Next thing you know, got $150 in his pants, like right here. In his pants. And I haven't put my clothes back on yet. And I'm continuing to dance in the gay bar. I'm still going. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get free drinks all night. So we're sitting out, and this gay bar was a really nice. It had a really nice, and they're all clean. They're really the cleanest places. Yep. So we go out back at the gay bar, and they had like a little, fire pit, real clean back section to sit down. And Levi's sitting over there looking shamed.
You heard his pride. You're the reason why he quit wrestling.
Don't put this on Facebook because you don't have Facebook no more, so you ain't gonna see it. So, and Levi goes, Jock. I said, what's the matter, man? He says, I can't take this money. I said, what? And he had a hat on his hand. He said, I can't take this money. It don't feel right. I said, okay, thanks. Hey, Dave Johnson. I said, hey, this is to the room. Gave it to him. Said, thanks, Lee. You paid for the room tonight. Told you it'd be. Yeah, so.
There you go.
And there's plenty of, and that's a story that I can actually tell.
Yeah.
I will not tell anything that will incriminate anybody but myself.
Uh-huh. Understandable. So that's awesome. So tell me about the Mega Plowers. How did the Mega Plowers come to be?
That's all you, Chris.
Because last time Jock wasn't tagging. Thomas Brewington
tagging bitches.
You were tagging bitches in Buffalo.
It legit came about as a joke. I used to work. I wrestled all around the Eric Cleveland, all around the place, and then I took some time off of wrestling. Had a couple nagging injuries or whatever, and then I just made a joke. I was like, Jock and I should dress up like farmers and call ourselves the Mega Plowers. and then we just ditched the farmer thing and made it an 80s thing, and like it was a joke to my buddies, and then it ended up being real. Yeah, man, it's been a blast.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just have fun. That's the thing. We try to be different, I think we're out there having a good time. And
I think I'm different. I think I'm different than everybody.
Listen, there's nothing wrong. You have a couple oat sodas before the match. Loosen up a little bit.
Oh yeah. So how long have you been wrestling, CK?
Well, I started wrestling in 04. I worked from like 04 to 08. Mm-hmm. And then last year I got back into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I took some time off, did some other things. I studied it. I went to Second City in Chicago. And I traveled all around, did a lot of acting and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I've been around the business my whole life because my uncle is a promoter.
Yeah.
So when I was 3 years old, the first show I ever went to was Wahoo McDaniel and Ivan Koloff.
Wow.
Yeah, in like 1990 or something.
Phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been around it my whole life.
Yeah.
So I've always been involved. So it's just something I'll never be done with.
You need another beer, Jock.
Yeah, I'm out too.
We can take a break. You guys can get a beer. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead and talk.
Okay, we'll do that too. So Jock's going to get the beers.
Yeah.
Still talking Magnum CK.
Yeah, man.
We're not going to take a break. So with teaming up with Jock, so
Get to him all.
See, Jock did get 2 beers.
Just from a random cooler. See, that's how he's a good partner. I didn't even ask. He just got me one.
We had fun on the way up today.
I see that. So
I stole a couple of your beers, bro. We stole a couple. It's
cold enough.
It's wet. So
if we ever go to England, we have to be drinking that piss warm shit.
Well, I think you were about to ask what it's like tagging with Jock. And
yes, I was just about to ask that.
Legit, first shoot, dude always has your back. If Jock likes you and you're on, he's like Andre. If he likes you, he's boss. He's always got your back.
I always like that Andre spot where I stick my fist out and someone runs into it.
Oh goodness, but that's awesome. That's super awesome. But I mean, so what are you guys looking to do with the Mega Plowers? I mean,
money.
Jock.
Well, man, we're just having.
I love the boys. I love the boys, but I like to get fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, Jock, we were just talking before. You were talking about how this day and age, you're not into it anymore because the boys aren't the boys anymore. But it's not like how it used to be. Mm-hmm. Not like wrestling used to be. Like you talked about one of the matches.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, one of the matches wasn't as good as you thought it should be because it could have been ended a long time ago.
Well, we'll say it. The Okada match, like for a Japanese match and for the biggest show of the year, it was a phenomenal match for the Japanese people and for a lot of fucking guys here. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not my deal. I would rather watch Dennis Condrey would just walk to the ring and pose. I agree with a lot what Jim Cornette said. I won't ever say it's a shitty match because, goddamn, they put their fucking lives on the line. That table spot was kind of fucking insane. But they had a 45-minute match, and they could have probably got that in 20 minutes. But the Japanese, it's different in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that would have got over here. If they would have done that here, it might have been in front of 300 people.
Yeah.
It would have been Ring of Honor or Dragon Gate, and there would have been 500-600 people there. Wouldn't have been worth doing the big back body drop.
Well, that's why we're kind of an interesting pair, because I've always loved Japan. I always loved New Japan, especially. And old school All Japan, Stan Hansen and all that stuff. But, like, that's where we kind of, like, mesh together, because I love all that stuff, and he loves, like, Stan Hansen, so we can, like, find that common ground.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we're a cool tag team, because we're different. We're very different. But we have that same through line of, like, we love old school stuff, man.
Yeah.
And really, we just like to entertain.
I look at it like, there's several different ways, let's say, you could get to Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Chris likes to take the highway. He likes to get there quick. Because he prefers the highway. You get there quicker. Mm-hmm. I'm the country road guy.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking take my fucking time. And I want to get there on time, which I always, but I never speed. Yeah. But I'm the kind of guy like, take the country road. Oh shit, there's a honky tonk, and I'll pull in.
Mm-hmm. But we're both listening.
And we legitimately do that.
Yeah, we're both listening to George Jones.
We were on the way. We're on the way here today, and there is a. You guys watch that 30 for 30?
ESPN.
I haven't watched one.
They had one on a NASCAR driver named Tim Richmond.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
He's like badass.
And dude was like died of AIDS.
He's like crazy.
Like that's. I told him, this is what I want to be, except the dying of AIDS. Watch it, like, because he's from Ohio. Mm-hmm. Like, we drove to his hometown, so I told Chris, I was like, hey, Tim Richmond's from here.
Yeah, man.
Let's go find his fucking bar that they were talking about. Let's go have a drink. And apparently it was not there no more.
We drove around in circles.
I do have to bring something up.
NASCAR drove around the circles. I like that one.
In your promo announcing that you're returning to LPW.
Yeah.
You called out Charles Woodson.
That's true.
Yeah, sure.
Why?
He's a pussy.
Well, what state are we in right now?
Ohio.
We're in the great state of Ohio, the greatest fucking place on the earth, the heart of it all, motherfucker.
They have that painted on some murals.
I actually want to get that on my fucking chest. I want to get it until I'm done wrestling because I chop motherfuckers like you wouldn't believe, and I don't want that scarred up. So, he's from Fremont, and he decided that he should go play football in the state of Michigan. What a piece of shit.
That state up north, you call.
Have I seen your phone? No, I haven't seen your phone.
Like, I get hot.
Why are you whispering? It's a podcast.
Motherfucker, it's podcast.
It's live.
Fucking talk.
We're live, pal.
You want to check the car?
Go get me a Coors Light. Goddamn.
Go check the car. My keys are in my jacket. It's keyless. All you got to do is just take my jacket and go outside.
I feel what a piece of shit would, you're from fucking Ohio. Go to fucking play for the fucking Ohio State. Go to fucking Miami, Ohio. Go to Bowling Green.
Any damn place in Ohio you can go to.
But he went to Michigan. Okay.
Well,
like Desmond Howard. What a fucking piece of shit.
I don't know if you figured it out or not, but Jock Samson loves the Buckeyes.
I see that.
I actually watched the game this year in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, that's true.
Me and Danny
the Michigan-Ohio State
game. Me and balling out Danny Shea. I went to his house. We had a show. And, boy, I drank.
You did.
That sounds like a surprise.
Yeah,
so, I got up that morning, and they made coffee. And then I see a bottle of Crown, and I start dumping it in.
Unbelievable.
And they're like, what are you doing? I said, you don't understand how much stress is on me right now. I was like, this game means more to me. Anything besides my wife and daughter, nothing means more to me than.
But, like, that ruined your whole Thanksgiving week, dude. You were
like Thanksgiving dinner, I'm sitting there eating, going,
like,
you know that.
Jock's just got like a 1,000-yard stare out the window.
So the game goes on, and I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah.
But when this is a Michigan motherfucker right here.
Yeah. Oh wow.
We're talking shit about your boys. We're talking shit. I'm telling about the day I was with Danny Shea and I was watching the game. So when Ohio State, when he won the game, which it was a first down for all you motherfuckers out there, Me and Danny Shea went running through. He's a Buckeye fan too. He's from Michigan. He's a Buckeye fan, which that's okay if you're from Michigan and you
He's
like Ohio
converted.
State. Because I look at it like if you're from Ohio and you like Michigan, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you're from Michigan,
I was born in Chicago. Yeah.
Go back.
Goddamn Bears fan.
Yes.
This is the real
Chicago
JJ
everything.
Castillo.
Me and Danny Shea are running through the streets.
Literally, it's on tape.
There's video.
Like
on
with the Ohio State flag.
Well, it just happened.
In Michigan.
My ringtone is the Ohio State fight song. So
Right.
I have a good friend of ours about Dirty Deacon Night.
Yeah.
A big Buckeye fan.
He's
too.
our
Me and-
manager.
And he's our manager, and Deacon's just as much as Buckeye fan as me. Like, me and Deacon will be stressed out together during games. We'll be calling each other and said, what the fuck did he call?
Well, they both now hate Ric Flair because Ric Flair came out for Michigan.
Hate
Like,
it.
they did this, but he's like, I can't stand Ohio State. I love Michigan. And then they're like, I always like Dusty Rhodes better anyway.
I will say this. I also know that Jock and Cyclone are Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
I am a Steelers fan, yeah.
Yes.
They are. So
Yes.
Big one tomorrow night. Got moved to 8:20.
You guys lose.
Tomorrow night.
Hey, do me a favor. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. I'll be back for my portion later.
he's like, I will be back. I do not need this abuse.
Yeah, do me a favor. Take 2 weeks off and quit the business.
I will say this: when I told our boss that we were going to do this live, I said expect a lot of shenanigans.
Oh, my God.
And he came back and he said, "I love shenanigans."
How much have we talked about wrestling? Nothing.
Well, here's
None.
But it's a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Not that much.
Put a button on the Ohio State thing. Like, I'm not much of a sports guy. Like, I watch little hockey. I lived in Chicago, so I follow hockey.
Go Blue Jackets.
Yeah, so I got into the Blue Jackets.
CBJ.
I like the Blackhawks and stuff. But I find myself rooting for Ohio State every Saturday now because I don't want to deal with this asshole. I'm like, please.
We fucking went to, we had a show for Marion Fontaine in Muncie, Indiana. So I'm on the car, like, first 2 hours, we get there at halftime in Muncie. I'm sitting in the car, driving.
Just like staring straight ahead, pissed off.
And Vinny from Jersey, who's the Scarbonis manager, he's from Muncie. And he met us there. And, of course, I was pissed off because the fucking Mexicans were being mean as fuck. We were jogging around Muncie trying to find a bar.
And we get to a Mexican restaurant. We're like, hey, there's nobody in there. And they have it on, like, Telemundo in the bar. And we're like, can we change the channel? They're like, no. And it's like, there's nobody here.
Nobody fucking here.
We're the only people that's going to give you money.
I tipped them. So we go in there. We're watching.
They were jerks.
Watching a Buckeye game in a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there the whole fucking time. They Michigan State, it was 17-16. I'm sitting there going,
He's pissed.
they won and I'm mad. Like, I'm that kind of guy. Like, Ohio State wins and I'm still I'm like,
They can win by 40.
they could have dropped 80.
Yeah, they can win by 40. And he's like, they should have won by 50.
But, like, the Michigan game, I don't care. I'm just happy.
Tell him about your tip that you left the guy.
Oh, there's a fucking nickel.
That's a shoot.
Hot boy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, we gotta get out of here.
It was starting to get racial. I started getting on that Trump train, boy. Choo, choo.
Boys, I'll tell you, you wanted shenanigans. I guess you got it.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man.
I honestly, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Jock, I've known for, a couple of years now since I started the business, but he doesn't fucking remember me because he's a racist.
I drink beer a lot.
But
have
thank
an
you guys for
alcohol
joining us.
Hey, at Mega Plowers.
Everything.
This is the point. This is the point where you plug, you guys. Plug away.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
At Mega Plowers, we're the Mega Plowers on Facebook. We put up promos all the time. We just smashed a flat screen TV on our newest promo.
If you don't know it, your mom knows it.
And I will say this: you two have one of the greatest entrance songs.
Hey, that's all him,
Jefferson
man.
Starship, man. Jane,
Awesome.
We're big fans
is
of it.
awesome.
Yeah, we love it. Actually, last time, real quick, I know we're wrapping up our part of it. Really quick, last time we were at Live Pro, we're standing backstage, waiting for our music to hit. They're kind of announcing the lights go out. Jane by Jefferson Starship hits. We hear some fans, because they have fans up on the stage right by the curtain, go, "What the hell is this shit?" And then the lights come on. We step out. He turns around and look at it, and his chair just collapses.
It did.
Right beside us, so the whole
I feel like
building's just looking at him.
I feel like we've been at a bar drinking, and and we're just talking and telling stories. I will stop at any fucking town, and I end up getting a conversation. I'll be honest, I love the boys. I'm not a people person.
Mm-hmm.
I motherfuck people all the time that I'm strangers. But I've been at the bar, they're my fucking friend. And I feel like that we just had that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Like I said, gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Truly appreciate it.
Gracias.
TK, Jock, Samson, the Mega Plowers.
Live at Live Pro Wrestling.
That was fun, guys. I had a good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. Live Pro Wrestling, a live podcast right now, here and now. We got two more people talking. They just walked right up. You know what I'm saying? Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Firstly, my name is the real deal, JJ Castillo.
I am the notorious Alex Jordan.
Alex Jordan, I'm gonna need you to put your big boy pants on and talk a little bit louder.
Okay.
Because you got a soft, holy shnikes, as the I can't even get your damn name out. The madness of Trip comes out of my right shoulder and completely scares the hell out of me.
What's up? Cyclone Jones, Pat G stands for gangster. We know this guy.
And then Luke Kane comes up after finding his phone in my car.
Finally.
Yeah.
No, I actually wasn't in your fucking car.
What was it?
Buried somehow behind my extra gimmick in my bag.
Oh.
For some reason. I don't remember putting
Soul searching. So, gentlemen, how does it feel to be at Live Pro Wrestling, LPW, right now?
It's an experience, that's for sure. This is probably my second time here.
Yeah?
Getting to work here's, I'm excited. I really am.
You got Tim Horner Jr. over there. Say what's up, Tim Horner. We'll get you on the podcast in a little bit. This is a live podcast right now. We're just shooting live. You know. What? So this is your second time here?
Yes.
Okay, so with your second time being here, how long have you been working as a pro wrestler?
As a pro wrestler, I've been working for about a year and a half now.
Wow, your brand spin. Hold on, let me wipe that green behind your ear there. Wow, super green still.
As green as his tights.
It's green.
Yeah.
Green. We don't say that. We say green is goose shit.
Goose shit?
Green is goose shit, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We're from Western New York. It's green is goose shit.
Green is goose shit.
All right. That works.
So with you being a year in the business, who trained you?
I was trained by CK3 or Justin Carnes. He also goes by Crimson on the indies as well.
Crimson? That's my motherfucker.
Yeah.
I love Crimson. That's my dog. Me, Crimson, Brian Castle, those are my motherfuckers.
Yep, they all helped train me along with Brandon Edwards.
They are my niggas. That's who they are. They are my niggas. Yes.
Yeah, see, that's not cool. You can say that, but we can't say that.
What?
We'll get in trouble for that.
Anyway, so
there's no discrimination.
Yeah, no discrimination.
No, that's right. So, we hate everybody equally.
What brought you into pro wrestling?
I've been watching pro wrestling since I was about 3.
And you're like 8 now, right?
I'm like, what?
You're like 8 now, right? Because you look super young. You're like 14?
Plus 12.
15?
No,
Blackjack motherfucking Phoenix. What's going on, sir?
There's no rating on your show.
There is no rating on the show. As Blackjack interrupts the interview.
I'm 20 years old right
20?
now.
Wow. Yeah. You look super young. You got a nice little cut there. You need to put some more weight on.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Definitely eat some steak, some protein. Get that up. So we'll come back to you. JJ Castillo.
Yes, sir.
The real deal.
The real deal.
The real motherfucking deal.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, sir. Now you have a hand in pro wrestling here at LPW.
Yes.
You work here.
Yep.
You also work at NOW.
I do not work at NOW. I am the promoter.
I just wanted you to say it.
Oh, no. I wanted to be very, very clear. I do not work for my own organization.
Wow. That's different.
It is. A lot of Toledo, Ohio is known for promoters working for their own company.
Yes.
Now,
well, a lot of places are. And the reason being, not to cut you off with that,
right.
Hold that thought, but the reason why a lot of promoters work for their own company is because sometimes they can't get booked anywhere else. And they feel as though they want to take their ball and go home. And we've had several podcasts about this with my anger with that. Yeah. So I commend you on having the balls and having the testicular fortitude to say, I'm going to run my company and I'm not going to work for myself. You know, that's awesome. But go ahead. Continue.
No, like you said, man, it takes a lot because, you see people getting over at different companies. You believe that it's your pride. You don't feel like you're getting the proper shot. Mm-hmm. But that's where NOW comes in. If anybody wants to work and they want to prove themselves, you're doing it to an unbiased crew.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give anybody an opportunity in Toledo. Mm-hmm. You know, there is going to be a short instance here pretty soon where I'm going to have 2 matches for NOW, but it's not like, oh, hey, let's just have a match. There's a story behind it.
Right.
It's building up because he's allowed me to come down and work at NOW a few times.
Right.
And I was at the second to last Uprising show.
Okay.
And they're kind of building where this other company that's coming in is kind of like, we're better than you. And that's where and they attack JJ and everything. And that's where it's building to, where he's going to have to get physical.
Yeah.
Okay. So it makes sense. So you're having it make sense.
Right. There's a lot of tosses and turns coming in that will inevitably lead me to I have to be in the ring.
Right.
The 2 matches, one's for control of the company, the other one's for revenge. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get into too much detail. You're going to have to check out the NOW page on Facebook, Northwest Ohio Wrestling, and stay tight to our storyline. Come on out to the shows. We run the first and third weekend of every month. But it's getting intense. And I'm really looking forward to it unraveling.
That's awesome. So, with you coming up in the business, the newbie, the green guy, you know, who did you model yourself after?
The biggest role model that I've had in professional wrestling as of this far was definitely Tommy End. Nobody in the business.
Tommy End, where is he from?
He's from I believe it's Amsterdam, not the Netherlands. There is no better striker than Tommy End. Tommy End is very different because he implemented a different style of kickboxing along with the way that he was, with the way I guess he was just doing things.
Right.
Nobody was doing spinning heel kicks. Nobody was using the tips of their elbows and the knees like he was. So the fact that he brought the realism into professional wrestling, I love that.
Yes.
Because I have a martial arts background as well. So.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Well, we got to pause for just 1 second and recognize Big Bear Benjamin Boone, the LPW heavyweight champion, has just entered the room, who has a celebration thing going on tonight for some
celebrating his title win and his birthday.
And his birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Congratulations all to me. Thank you very much. And you can't see it on the podcast, but I am looking what the kids call on fleek.
On fleek.
Very dapper.
Yeah.
It's the streak on fleek.
The streak. But you haven't defended your title yet. How can you have a streak?
Well, I'm undefeated here, so...
True.
You know what I mean?
You don't have any wins either.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
Well, I've beaten you. I've beaten Blackjack.
A lot of
attention.
You just take it personal on my own podcast.
Yes, and you know what? And I'm going to say this before I go too. I am your first ever and only LPW champion because I am going to be the only undefeated champion in wrestling history. Only undefeated.
So you never going to lose the title.
That's right.
Right.
My man Johnny Carassi, he's got my back.
All day, every day. All day, every day.
All day, every day, on fleek.
On fleek. Fleek on streak.
That's right.
Wow. And they said it again. I'm sorry I interrupted your very important
At
words.
Benjamin Boone 1, give me a follow.
Just to give them some shine.
You got the Big Bear and the Big Iguana.
Even Ronda Rousey lost twice. It's okay.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for joining us. I want to give you guys a time right now just to shine. Wow, we getting loud in here. Give me some information. You know, your calls. Everybody can get in contact with you. You know.
For me, Real Deal JJ Castillo on Facebook, at Kill JJ Kill 2354. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You can check out Northwest Ohio Wrestling on Facebook as well. Follow 419 Wrestling on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Give us a shot, guys. JJ Castillo, LPW. I'm here to make a statement.
Here it is.
And then with Alex Jordan, myself, you can find me on Twitter at the Notorious003 or on Instagram at the Notorious_AJ. You can find me on Facebook at Alex Jordan with both my personal page and my fan page, so go ahead and drop a like. Thank you guys.
Cool beans. Ladies and gentlemen, Turnbuckle Talk Radio Podcast. Boom, Cyclone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cyclone Jones, and I am with Pat G. The G stands for gangster. And remember, the TTRP is sponsored by the Gear Network store through Amazon. If you visit shopgear.com, it's a little bit different. That's shop, GERE.com, and click on any of the banners. It will take you right to your account, and you can do all your Amazon shopping there.
And you shop Amazon and Amazon Prime as you normally would. But the only difference is Amazon kicks back a small percentage of all your purchases to us here at the Gear Network, so we can cover our production costs to continue bringing great programming like TTRP, Turnbuckle Talk Radio Podcast, Misguided Amusing, Better Live Than Dead, Get Ready America, and Talking Wrestling, among more, here from the Gear Network. So that's shopgear.com. SHOPGERE.com.
You know, I'm often asked about the logos of the show and Gear Network and everything. It comes to me, JC, where do you get the designs, the cool designs for the show and everything? And I want to tell you, I'm going to tell everybody right now, right here, you heard it here, it is Indy Card Media. Indy Card Media is a local business that specializes in making quality designs for your website or your business. Whatever you do, they can do it. If you need proof, you can look at all of our logos, or you can go to facebook.com/IndyCardMedia to see all of the designs, which include a political banner, because they've done political banners and I mean, everything. Nothing is off limits with them. Give Eric a shout at indycardmafia@gmail.com, and he will help you bring your design to life. Tell him Gear Network sent you, and hey, he may hook you up with a little something, or at least a smile, because you heard it here. But go to Indy Card Media Facebook. Again, facebook.com/IndyCardMedia. Do it now. Bring your designs to life.
Check on 2.
What are you checking?
Check.
The show's already started. What are you checking?
Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Emanon has joined the podcast. Like I said, at a live podcast, it is what it is, and Eric Emanon is here from the Indy Card Mafia.
Hi, everyone. It's weird. I feel like I'm home right now.
As he tried to already mic check, and we've mic checked already.
Check on. Check on 2.
Kind of beats to his own drum.
I really do.
I see that as he's talking on his phone.
I'm not. I was responding. Somebody sent me a best friends video of Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, and they said that it's me and him.
You and Tommy?
No.
Oh, then you should delete that, because
I'm gonna hide it.
If somebody, I'm telling Tommy, you're cheating.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not one half of the main state posse.
So cheating.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not the one half of the main state posse that is essentially Thomas Brewington.
So cheating.
But you've already admitted it on audio.
No! So it's tampered. That's not me. They got a voice changing machine.
So how was your trip up here, Emily?
It was awesome. There was way less snow this time than there was before. Hey, how's it going?
Everybody, welcome to our podcast.
Hi, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. It's
how
okay.
you doing? I'm just tying my drums. No big deal.
That's what happens at a live show.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
so it was a good trip up. I mean, I got to listen to a lot of music, talk about a lot of fun things.
Yeah.
Do the drives. Of course.
It's fun. Always got to do the drives.
Absolutely.
Now, you've been on Turnbuckle Talk Radio, right?
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah, I've been.
I don't think you've been on the podcast.
He's been on the podcast.
Oh, I was on the podcast once, yeah.
Yeah. There was the triple shot weekend that me and him did a couple months ago.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
And then the random car podcast we did.
Yeah. The two sanctuary shows in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Where your knee got messed up in the boxing ring.
Yes. Oh my God. That was.
I don't think I was there.
No, you weren't.
Tell me about that.
It was Sanctuary Mania weekend.
Yeah.
So we did Friday night at the Sanctuary. We did Saturday
at New Jersey.
Someplace in New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia. And then we did
Sanctuary
Mania on Sunday. That was the ladder match for Angus.
Yes, that was
the stuffed horse on the stick.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And
because you guys kidnapping the stuffed horse from Angus.
Stuffed horse. I remember seeing the picture of the stuffed horse.
Yeah. So
which, unfortunately, for listeners out there, the horse is dead.
Oh yeah, it ate a like wood saw, like a table saw. Dude, it shot horse fuzz, fur, whatever you want to call it, everywhere.
Innards.
The insides of whatever the stuffed horse was made of was shot everywhere. I then kicked Angus in the face. I gave him a black eye, and then I threw the foam of the stuffed horse, its remains. I threw him in the air and yelled, "We were all witness!" Like I was LeBron James. So it was a good time. It was a good time.
That's awesome.
We had cheesesteaks that night.
Yes.
Cheesesteaks from where?
Let's see what.
As people are walking through the podcast, we're shaking hands. Sorry, guys, as we interrupt.
Superman lover makes.
Go ahead. No. Go through.
What's right here?
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Superman lover, man.
Superman lover throwing up deuces like it's a camera, but it's a podcast microphone. What's good?
We drove to Jersey the next day, and we found like this. It was like a hole-in-the-wall gym that like had a wrestling ring in it, and then we were in it was like a construction trailer outside of it for the locker room.
Yes.
And then right before the show started, it started downpouring, and we had to walk outside to get to the ring. And so we're like, oh, please don't rain, and then it's just downpouring. We're like, oh man, I hope it stops before my match. And so
we were a second match out.
Yeah, so like my match, like I'm sitting there and we're listening to the music, and homeboy goes out before me, and then I go out, and I'm like sprinting through the rain because it was like a solid, like I'd say 100 feet, like from the door down the stairs to the entrance inside the building. I'm soaked. Like it was downpouring.
And you're going to your match.
So, first lock up, I dropped to a knee. The dude was like probably 6'2", 6'3". He was tall. He was lanky. He was tall. And I locked up with him. I do drop down to the knee and push up. My knee finds the only unprotected board on the ground. And I went up and I went up, no. And so my knee was bruised for like probably 2 months after that.
Oh, wow.
Just right on the kneecap too. And it was fine for probably like 2 weeks. And then it swelled up and got bruised. And then it went away. And then like probably a month later, it swelled back up again. They're like, we think you might have cracked your kneecap. And I was like, no!
Oh, that's
so yes. But after that, we had cheesecakes. Cheesesteaks, and then we went
dessert Belgian waffles.
Yeah.
And we're joined finally by his tag team partner.
Are you really talking about my spot in Philly?
I didn't say the name of it. I was just talking about the trip that we took to the Sanctuary Mania.
Not even the trip where I introduced you to.
No, where we went to Ben Franklin's old house.
Unbelievable. So we just found some information out that your partner's cheating on you.
Jossie sent me a message. And it was Kevin Owens.
As he's looking at him sideways.
Chris Jericho.
Like a girlfriend would look at their boyfriend.
It was Pro Wrestling Acoustic Best Friends video. I didn't watch it with sound on, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, he didn't watch it. No, but he didn't. He didn't watch it with sound on.
I literally opened it. I said, hey, what is this?
And right now, on the podcast, he actually did it. So
there's audio evidence.
That never happened. They're lying.
Open your phone.
Okay. Are you going to tell John?
Password.
Can't have my password.
Give me your password.
Ready?
You guys want some private time?
Look at Jossie. Look. That's all he sent me. And I sent him a thumbs up. I didn't even send anything back. Look.
Let's look at this video.
I don't even know what it is.
It's Jericho and Owens.
I think it's a Tron. Is it the Tron?
Pro Wrestling.
I don't even know.
I'm trying to see the time.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh wow, it's this whole Titantron. As we're watching this video here,
I'm really confused
of Jericho and Steen.
To be honest, I don't even know why he sent it to me now that I'm watching it.
Well, gentlemen, that's our time. We're gonna let you guys go and handle.
To be honest, I'm not even sure why he sent that to me now that I'm watching it.
We're gonna let you guys handle this. As we have a cheating tag team partner getting messages from another tag team partner.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, listen, if
you have to delete it to hide it,
I didn't delete it. It's still there.
So you admit it.
See?
As the world turns here in independent wrestling,
I don't even know what's going on right now.
As we got the Dirty waiting in the wings.
Oh,
yes. The Dirty. Thank you, ICM. We
ICM has to go discuss some things.
But they always plug their stuff everywhere they go, so ICM is good.
Well, we've had them on before.
Yeah, so everybody knows who the hell they are. Now we are joined, as live pro wrestling is and live podcasts do, live at a show, we're joined by another tag team, tag team that I love.
It's Tag Team-O-Mania.
It is Tag Team-O-Mania. There are certain tag teams that I truly do love.
Yes.
There's the Hate Brigade out of Buffalo, New York.
Eventually, we'll have to get them on.
Yeah.
Because speaking of them, they have a new partnership.
They do?
They do.
They do?
Before we get to our next guest, they turned on Ryan DeVille at the last ESW show and joined Greg Iron.
Wow.
To maybe form a new Iron Curtain.
We'll talk about that next week because there's an ESW show next week, January 21st.
Yes.
But right now, like I was saying, Hate Brigade is one of my top tag teams.
Yes.
Indy Card Mafia is one of my top tag teams because I have punched them both in the face.
You have.
And another one of my great tag teams that I love to watch is The Dirty. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
To Turnbuckle Talk Radio Podcast. Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
Austin Manix. I don't think I really need to say much more than that. Brian Edwards. The one and only.
The one and only. Yeah. So, gentlemen, like I said, thank you for joining us. Truly appreciate it. I wanted to get you guys on. We decided to do a live podcast today. So you're here live. Everybody's been doing it live. So we've just been talking and just communicating, having fun, telling stories. But tell me about The Dirty. What makes The Dirty The Dirty?
It started a while ago, huh? I mean, it actually started with a kick in the head.
It did.
It started with giving Brandon a coma.
I actually gave him a legitimate concussion. About killed him.
He actually thought he broke his foot. He kicked you so hard.
I was way more concerned about that. My foot hurt like hell.
And the worst part about it,
a hard ass head.
I was like, I got thrown. I'm like, what is this? Like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
I want to help him. He almost killed me. And then little did I know, we became best friends.
It's by far one of the best stories to lead into how people became friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kicked him in his head.
I had brain matter coming out of my ear, but it was cool, man.
We love each other. It's great. Yeah.
I almost killed him. Became best friends. Did we just become best friends? Let's go do karate in the backyard.
Yes.
More room for activities.
That's essentially how this happened. Then, did you just? Okay, we're gonna wrestle.
Oh yeah, and then God, I got deployed right after that, and we wanted to tag when I was overseas. We're talking about it. We're gonna do the whole murder City Saints again.
Murder City Saints was going to be the beginning of it when he went over and fought and killed people.
Okay. And he did it with Orlando Christopher.
Yeah, and I ended up getting tagged up with Orlando. That had a short little fun run. And then he came home. We were actually, to be honest with you, and not many people know this, we were actually both on the verge of quitting and being done.
Forever.
I had been going through a lot of injury issues, and I've got kids myself too, so there's a lot of inner turmoil of whether or not it was going to continue and whether or not my body could even hold up. And the opportunity just kind of landed where we were both in the same spot, and we're like, well, you know what, let's put this together, let's finally do this, and let's see what we can make out of it and just have fun doing it.
Wow.
Honestly, I've probably never had more fun.
You got to ask something? Come on, get on the podcast. Let's go. His son came up. He's got to ask him something. We usually kick kids in the face, but, today we won't.
One of my favorite things to do, actually.
I love kicking my kids in the face.
Yeah.
I love it. Like my 5-year-old always, I come in the room and he's like, Dad, Cyclone punch. And he punches me. And he says, that's my move.
Kids are vicious, man.
And I'm like, that's my move. And he says, okay, my 5-year-old now. He says, look at Dad. He'll kick me. And I go down to one knee and he'll go, Cyclone kick. And I'm like, are you serious? And he'll kick me and then he'll slap his leg.
And then he'll slap his leg. It's all the leg slap. It's all he slaps his leg at some point. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's where the money's at right there.
And then next thing you know, Cyclone starts doing the Cyclone kick.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to start doing Cyclone kick somewhere. My son came up with it.
Yeah, man. And then we just started tagging, and then my gear. Well, first I tore my MCL, and I was like, if I need surgery, I'm done again.
I'm done.
And then my gear was stolen. I was like, these are just signs.
Oh yeah, your gear was stolen, wasn't it? Just recently, I went out of my car.
Yeah, there's some poor bum in Toledo walking around with his stinky ass gear on.
I feel bad about that.
Well, ironically, you have a story
with my gear getting stolen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? I had just bought some gear. I just got new gear made. I got the red and black, and I got a purple, gold, and black one made. And get it done. I'm like happy for it. I get the call that my mail's there. I'm like, yes, my gear came in. I come home, gear's not there.
I'm
like, okay. Knock on the door, the downstairs neighbor. Yo, did the package come in today? Yeah, it was sitting in your mailbox. We didn't grab it. So I'm not going to say exactly what, a little bit because my girlfriend's listening. Yeah, I love you, honey. But so I knocked on the door and I'm like, yo, don't you got my stuff? And the people downstairs were like, no. And I'm like, oh, son of a... So I'm looking, and I called the lady, and I emailed her, and I'm like, yo, did you send my stuff? She's like, here's the receipt. I sent it to you. I'm like, fuck, somebody stole my gear. And I'm like, why? I'm like, there's some gay guy in some gay bar.
Like, what are you going to do with this shit?
Yeah,
seriously.
Like, legitimately, there's somebody walking around Buffalo, New York with red and black and purple, black, and gold singlets.
Oh, Christ. At the club, bro.
And when he told me this, I'm like, one of these nights I'm going to go out with friends and I'm going to see somebody in a club somewhere wearing the singlet. I'm going to call him. I'm like, yo, shit up. I'm like, Cyclone from this guy.
Right,
I'm like, I found your gear.
But there was a great silver lining that made me cry. So I go to work and I go to the shoe job and I tell people about this. So a friend of mine at work, she's like super into wrestling. Her and her husband super into wrestling. She's really good friends of mine. So I go up front probably about 5-6 days later. I tell them about it, and 5-6 days later I go up front to the secretary. She tells me I got a package. I go up front and I see 2 brand new singlets in a bag, and I'm like, holy fuck, where did these come from? So I'm looking around, and I go up to her, and I'm like, yo, I just got these singlets. And all the girls in the sales department, the 3 girls in the sales department, she was like, you're welcome, I got them for you. I found out where you ordered them from. I called the lady. She made them again for you. Gave me a discount. I told her the story of what happened, and she remembered you exactly.
Nice.
And had me in tears at work.
That's amazing. Yeah, that is beautiful.
Amazing.
That's beautiful. That's never happened, man.
So yeah, so back to the dirty. Back to the dirty. Why the dirty?
It's a lifestyle, right? I mean,
it is.
Really.
We were asked a while ago.
Is that like a military thing?
No, it actually isn't. And I know it's kind of confusing because of our shirt, because we're the military, but we've actually been trying to branch and make sure that that's not pretty much the idea of the dirty is complete chaos and anarchy without saying anarchy. We do what we want. We live our life how we want. We're not afraid to go in and tell our boss to go fuck himself.
Yep.
We're not afraid to hit on this barmaid at the bar. You know what I mean? We live a fearless life. We just do whatever we want.
Right.
Ideally, the name ironically came from when we were asked to put a group together at war in Lima, Ohio, and we were just trying to think of a name, and a group of us were sitting there, and we hadn't shaved in like, who knows, a month or whatever. I had longer hair back then. Yeah. We looked like some dirty scumbags, and we came up with the name Dirty because it was simple. You could pretty much branch off of whatever, but it sounded, to me, it was like a band. Yeah. And I'm a huge, like into music and all the punk bands and that style of just being completely anti-everything, anti-government, anti-authority, anti-anyone, anti-you. You tell me what to do, you know what I'm saying? Right. And that pretty much embodied exactly who we are.
It's like the complete punk lifestyle,
Okay.
Yeah. It's just the dirty, you are you. You have your path and you go. You don't let anyone tell you to veer off of your path because they can't tell you what, like, this is me, this is my life.
Right.
These are my choices.
Okay. As his son comes back up again, come on.
He wants to buy John Carrassi's merch. And you need to tell John Carassi that you're Brendan Edwards' kid and we're poor. We're poor indie wrestlers. And they snowed in a while, so I actually plow for the shoot job, and there ain't been much plowing.
ain't no plowing right now.
I plow too, but I don't get paid for it. It's a whole different thing.
All right, so where are we at?
We are 5 minutes left.
All right, fantastic. So gentlemen, tonight at Live Pro Wrestling. Now, did you guys? I haven't been here for a while. Did you guys actually win the titles yet, or no?
We haven't, no, because there's no title to have been won yet. We keep being told that it's in the works.
I will say this. You guys weren't here last show.
Yeah.
Because the Aponte twins.
Yeah, so if I can touch on that for a second.
The Aponte twins kind of had a reason behind that.
Yeah, apparently they thought it was going to be a good idea to put a steel chair in the turnbuckle and barrel my shoulder into it. And then, lay while I'm on the ground, defenseless at that point, have that marshmallow powder puff fat fuck come crashing down on me.
This is true.
So we weren't here last month due to that. I couldn't wrestle because my shoulder was all banged up. But
not to mention you had their manager Puffy completely avalanche you.
Yes, Puffy, that fat fuck. Yeah. So we weren't here last month, obviously for that reason, and pretty much tonight. I mean, you brought the titles, which is an interesting fact, and that's obviously on our mind. But first and foremost, we got to hold the Apane boys us accountable. I mean, you don't fuck with us and get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, they're young bucks. They're young boys.
They're young. They're stupid, obviously.
They don't understand. You know,
they wanted to come play with the big boys, and now we're probably going to have to end their career before it even starts.
Not to jump ahead, you guys have a tough task tonight because you're facing the Mega Plowers.
Yeah.
Jock Samson, who was on the show earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure really who Jockstrap and Magnum, have ever beat. They haven't beat us, And let's be honest.
Magnum Jockstrap.
Let's be honest.
No, but
Magnum, come on now.
It's a lifestyle.
His little baby maker's a little thinner. Come on. We all know what's really going on.
Got a little tinker dick going on.
Tinker dick. I like Tinker dick.
I like
Tinker dick. Magnum ain't fooling.
I've known Jock for a while. I think he likes to fight, man. He likes to fight, and we never back down from the fight.
No, we encourage it. I'd rather get in there with someone who wants to throw down and who's not afraid to back down.
It's good. I feel like you guys are going to fight tonight with Jock.
Yeah.
We've had an extensive history with Jock the last few years, him being on the show before, and even coming up to Buffalo and working up there. So, yeah, he does like to fight, and then he likes to drink.
He loves to drink.
Honestly, in any other situation, we would get along great with Jock.
Yeah.
We like to booze it up. We like to fight. We like to fornicate.
Whiskey and women, baby.
So they're pretty much all that we do.
Those are the things that Jock lived by.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys shouldn't even wrestle. You guys should just be best friends right now.
We can do that after the match, to be honest. We'll have it out. I mean, because you can't understand. You can't just come in our ring and say, we're the best tag team, blah, 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 because you're not. So we're going to have to go out there and spank their ass, put them in their place.
And then show them how to drink
and then go and have a drink with them.
Oh, exactly.
Sounds like a plan.
That's a gentleman's, that's a gentleman's battle right there.
Yeah,
sounds perfect to me.
Fight and have a drink about it.
I like it. Well, guys, I want to thank you for joining us. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
At this moment in time right here, this is your time to shine. Twitter, Facebook, personal account, phone numbers. Give me your girlfriend's phone number if you want to. Anything you want to say is your time.
We do have a Gmail's bookthedirty@gmail.com. We have Facebook at Facebook/thedirtytagteam.
At The Dirty for Twitter.
At The Dirty for Twitter. Bulletproof Edwards for Facebook.
We're also on Backstage.
We're on whole back page.
Lost illegal.
We'll put the very special.
Back page one.
I hear it's shut down right now.
It has been.
You can't post in the classifieds. You have to post in the dating section. I just found out on the Rivet.
Code word dirty special. We got
the dirty loophole.
Exactly.
That might be a new finish name.
There it is. Well, gentlemen, one, thank you. Truly appreciate it. And from there on in, guys, we're good.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Not a problem at all. And that's Turnbuckle Talk Radio, ladies and gentlemen. We are good.
2017, kicking it off with a lifestyle.
I can like this.
Like we said, I promised JC shenanigans.
There were shenanigans.
JC got shenanigans.
He got shenanigans.
Because, and you know what? Our first podcast of the year, explicit as all hell.
And always. I mean, we got Baby Jesus down there in Jesus 3.
Yes.
We got everybody. We got Black Man Lover, Blackjack Phoenix.
Matrix.
We got the Apontes or the Faceless now.
Louis Perez.
Madness of Trip. Luke Cage members. Of course, you got Mr. Cyclone himself, along with Pat G. The G stands for Gangster. We are the Turnbuckle Talk podcast, baby. Live from LPW 2017. Join us for this journey that we go through the year. We'll talk to you soon. Cyclone!
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.